We're having our small talk right now. And welcome to episode 6 of the Lorenz and Friendz Podcast. I almost said the name of the other podcast that I do. We are back with Luca.
Hello.
Who we call Gluca.
Oh my god, that hasn't happened. Why?
I know. I told somebody about that recently. That's how I was reminded of it.
Yeah, I completely forgot.
I forgot who came up with that, but that was brilliant, whoever it was. We are back with another episode. We haven't seen each other in so long, since the last episode. It's only been, 2 minutes?
Of course.
But, no, and it's not like we haven't seen...
Very long.
We, for our other job, we actually have seen each other quite a lot this year.
Every Wednesday.
Every Tuesday, actually.
Tuesday?
It was Tuesday, yeah. Yesterday was Wednesday. I know, everyone's
oh my
off.
god, okay, yeah.
It's the groundhog. He's throwing us all off.
No.
That was her groundhog impression. The groundhog falling.
That's not even
Caw-caw.
a bird.
So thank you for coming on for another episode.
Of course.
It took a lot of screaming, crying, and begging for her to stay because she wanted to leave. And I ended up giving her a $50 bill.
Yes, it was lovely. Nice and good.
She already spent it. She already spent it.
I lost it all.
But she is back, and we are going to jump right into our first prank call.
Hello, Jordan's Dog Snacks. How may I help you?
Hello?
Hello, yes?
Hello? My name is Norm. I saw an advertisement for your dog treats on the internet and was hoping I could ask you a few questions before I purchase an order.
Yes, what can I help you with?
I'm looking on your website and see that you offer many delicious flavors of dog treats. Which one would you say is the best?
Well, our most popular is the banana nut biscuit. We actually just released a new line of vegetable cookies that have been selling really well. The broccoli one tends to be the favorite.
Ooh, broccoli cookies? Those sound like they taste like shit.
Well, they definitely would be foul to humans.
In that case, I will have no choice but to go with the banana nut biscuit.
Alright, good choice.
It's on mute. You're good. Not.
Oh, I think I muted it.
Yes, I'm sure they will be quite delicious.
Yes, your dog will love it for sure.
What? I don't have a dog.
Huh?
It sounded like Scooby-Doo.
These treats are not for an animal. They are for my wife, Sally Ann.
Oh, sir. Treats aren't made for human consumption.
Would a person get sick if they were to ingest the treats?
No, they might feel a little nauseous at most, but it just would not taste good, at all.
Really? Because my wife has never once complained about the taste of dog treats. As a matter of fact, she's sitting on the couch right now, popping a bag of Beggins into her mouth. I can see she's foaming a little bit in the corner of her mouth, but that's nothing new.
I mean, I can sell you whatever treats you like, but I strongly recommend not eating them because it can have some harmful long-term effects.
My wife has been eating dog food out of the bowl for years now. She also wags her tail, barks, and whenever a guest comes into the house, she licks their face and pees on their leg.
Okay, well, why don't we just take your order? You said you wanted the banana nut biscuit, right? How many boxes would you like to order?
Just one. But honey, I'm looking at the other things you have listed on here, and I'm so upset that there are no treats with apricots in them. If I surprise my beautiful wife with the treats and none of them have even the slightest hint of apricot, there is a 99% chance she will bite my temple.
Yeah, dogs really shouldn't be given apricots.
My wife is not a dog.
Well, I don't cater my business towards people. You see where I'm going with this, right?
Oh. No, I do not. But sweetie, I see that you have a section for dog toys on your website, and my wife has been so well behaved recently. It's been a whole month since she attacked the mailman. Before that, she would chase him down the street on all fours and pull his pants down with her teeth. That's what happens when people don't rub her belly.
Rubber belly.
Oh.
I would like to surprise her with a toy. I'm looking at these beautiful, colorful puzzles. Would you be able to explain what this contraption is?
Basically, it's a multi-layered dog bowl, but your dog has to solve a puzzle to open the box and get the treats out.
Oh, goody! My wife loves puzzles. She will be thrilled with this new challenge.
Well, it's not a puzzle for humans. All you have to do is open the latch. It's challenging for dogs because they can't use their paws to open anything.
Well, the dog I had when I was a little boy could open anything with her paws. In fact, one day, when she was babysitting me, she used her paws to open the cupboard and grab the Windex before convincing me it was blue soda and telling me to drink it. I was in the hospital for 5 months.
Well, we have a lot of gifts for dog parents on our website, like mugs and t-shirts that she would be able to use if you're interested in any of those.
I don't think you are comprehending how feral my Sally Ann is. If I give her a shirt, she will think I want to play a game of tug of war and will drag me on across the neighborhood trying to win the game. Her strength is uncanny. I don't even want to know what would happen if I brought her a mug. I think she would get so upset with me that she would lunge for my face with her gnarled teeth. I believe the puzzle would be the best option because it would confuse her so much that she won't know what to do.
Okay, one puzzle and a box of banana nut biscuits. Is there anything else you want to add to your cart?
Yes, as a matter of fact, there is. My wife has been eating much more than her little tummy can handle. And sadly, she has a terrible case of diarrhea. We've run out of laxatives, so if you could kindly add those to the order, I would appreciate it.
Appreciate.
Why would you give her laxatives?
To cure her of her diarrhea, honey.
You know laxatives cause people to so you shouldn't be giving her any of those.
Oh, really? Our holistic doctor.
Oh, of
I did
course
that
you'd
for you.
include that.
Told us that they would stop all of the dookie. So I've been giving her 90 tablets a day.
I don't know how she would still be alive, but please stop giving them to her immediately. That's probably what's causing all these issues.
Oh my. Well, we'll just put her on them for 1 more week and I'll feed her nothing so that we can test that theory. So, please add those to the cart.
I'm not a veterinarian. I'm not legally allowed to prescribe any medication. But like I said, I don't really think you should be giving her any of that.
What about colon cleansers? I've been giving her those too.
No. Not do that either.
Oh shit. I've gotta go, honey. A truck just drove by with cats on the side of the vehicle, and now she's getting hungry. Sally, come back! I love you, honey. Bye.
Oh my god.
Norm again. I feel like
No.
at some point Norm's gonna have to take a break, but I feel
I
like
know, yeah.
I will get such backlash when Norm isn't on an episode. So we took a lot of film studies classes together. Too many cinema classes, as one of our classmates said once. Who we will not name, although I don't think she has social media. I've already checked many times. We would have all of our film studies classes at 6:30 at night on Wednesdays. And they would go until 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
The first time we had the 6:30 to 10, I had class all day Wednesdays. Like I was there from 8 in the morning was my first class, and I didn't leave until 10 o'clock at night. I was at school for 14 hours. I commuted, by the way.
God.
I would often fall asleep, as you remember, in his class. First of all, I'd make her get me cookies from the special gluten section of the
Oh,
caf.
the Udi cookies. I haven't
Udi
had
cookies.
those in years.
Those are really good. If you have not had them, I almost want to say they taste better than regular cookies.
Wow.
Like they are really...
Sometimes they taste like shit, but like
Yeah.
most of the time they were like nice and soft.
They were good. So I'd make her get me like 3, and she would always listen. And I'd wake up and I'd be like, "What's happening?" And so one time I was so groggy, we were watching a film called The Feral Child or The Wild Child, something like that. It was French,
geez.
and that was the translation. I forget what the French word was. And it was an old movie, like 19. I want to say 20, probably late 20s, early 30s. And I look up, like I come up from my nap and I was like, why is he sleeping in a bathtub? Or why is he like taking a bath in his bed? And she was like, what? And then I thought like another character was, I think it was a guy character that I thought was a girl. And I was just like, what?
Well-
So I was making all sorts of mistakes.
And I think you thought it was a guy.
Oh, okay.
It
Yeah.
was it was,
A girl that I thought was a guy. And it didn't look like a guy
it was
either,
like
which
an
was the best.
old woman, I think. I don't know.
I think you're right. And then the next week we watched The Bicycle Thieves. Andare
That one I
di
could not
biciclette.
stay awake for.
Oh, I don't remember a
And
single
I
second of
I
it.
left.
I
yeah.
fell asleep and I slept the entire
Which is
movie.
funny because it's Italian and I should be more interested since I'm Italian. And
Yeah.
I mean, I can speak the language a little bit, not really, but like I'll
Yeah,
understand it. And I was just like, I didn't even like really it was a very slow film too, so that
It
didn't
was.
help.
That's why I fell asleep.
In the dark and black and white. It was
But
black and white.
I
right?
thought it was, it was. I thought it was going to be interesting too because I'm half Italian. But now that I think about it, all the films that match my ethnicity, I was not interested in. Like I think I was interested more in the ones that were not like, the Andare, the Italian one I wasn't interested in. We watched a Polish one time that I wasn't interested in. That was in World Cinema. And then there was a Hungarian one time that I also was not interested in. So like none of my ethnicities, I was like, I felt like I was like, oh, I'm a little bit of this, I'm a little bit of that, I'm gonna be interested. Nope. The most interested I was when we watched a movie from Senegal called Fakine.
Oh my god.
And it's actually not a bad movie. Like, it's kind of interesting. There was a sequence at the end of the movie that our professor was very mesmerized by, because he got out of his, he would always like lean back in his desk. He got out, took his glasses off, and watched. I will post this. It was a foot wiggling, a black woman's foot wiggling, and so from that day forward, we were like, oh my god, he's got a thing for that. And then he made us watch it again. That was the worst. You remember that? He replayed it.
Why?
Like, that's why I was like, he's got to have a thing, because
either.
why would he have replayed that sequence? He specifically replayed that sequence.
I just don't remember what.
And we didn't even talk about it afterwards. I think he just wanted to see it again.
That's disgusting. I don't even know why.
It was a big foot, too.
Oh, yeah. It was making all sorts of movements.
It really, oh god, it was sick.
Very close-up shot. I don't know
It
why.
really was.
Never seen anything like that.
Everybody needs to watch Fakine. It's spelled Fatkine.
Fatkine.
Fakine. I'm pretty sure it's on YouTube for free. I'm pretty sure. We watched one time an entire like hour-long film of them people just chanting Koyana Scotzi
Oh, my
in different montages. That was the week he called on us for the first time too.
I didn't understand.
And I was like,
thank God we went first. Actually, I think that's.
Thank God I took notes.
Yeah,
that day.
no, like.
Yeah, thank God
We
did.
went first because he went in the line to like get everyone's opinions about
And
it.
then some people were repeating it, and he'd go, "Well, so and so already said that."
Yeah, so say something else. And I can't just like bullshit off. Like I don't know how some people can bullshit. You can bullshit easily. Like
Yeah.
I mean, you also understand the films more, but like I don't know.
But I would often fall asleep though. Like even in world cinema, I was falling asleep a little bit.
Mhm.
British contempt,
I mean, you only slept like 4 hours or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I
Like,
know.
Hello? Escape rooms, how may I help you?
Hi, this is Rhett from DMF. I believe we have a reservation to come play under my name, Rhett Parkins. I'm the leader of our company.
Yes. We had you guys down for January 31st, but then you called and rescheduled for February 14th.
Yes, perfect. Now, none of the others know that I'm calling, so this needs to be a secret between the two of us. But I would like to remove someone from the reservation because he doesn't feel comfortable playing.
Okay. Well, I'll just need you to confirm via email that change because we don't want to charge anyone the wrong amount if one less person's joining.
Oh no. Okay. Well, in that case, I will get someone to replace him. But can you please remove the name Jimmy from the system for incoming guests?
We don't track the names of people who come, so if someone came in his place, he would not need to report it to us.
Okay. I should probably make this brief, because the other fugitives from the mental ward are eating dinner with my grandma, otherwise known as Granny, or as I like to call her, Blossom. But it sounds like they are all running down to the bathroom to puke out whatever roadkill I served tonight. It was so mangled I couldn't even tell. I just picked it up and put it in the oven. So I should tell you now. Jimmy is planning to propose to Granny at the escape room, so he would like to hide and pop out with the engagement ring he made during arts and crafts class last week.
Okay, so he will be coming out now?
No.
Well, if he's gonna be in the room anyway, we'll have to charge him.
But he will not be participating. Instead, he will be hiding in the final pool or whatever with the ring to pop the question to the old beauty. You can think of him as one of the props in the game.
Well, the final puzzle is a small box with a key in it, so you definitely can be with it.
Do you have any bungee cords that he can possibly suspend himself from, maybe at the end of the game. He can fly down and land on one knee. Hopefully this time he won't land on her head though. When he asked Granny on their first date, he landed on her head and sent her to the hospital with severe head contusion.
Well, how about we put the ring in the final box and then you can come out afterwards and propose?
Alright, that works. Now, there's one other thing. I'm sure you've received warnings from me about the lovely Sandra, who will be joining the room as well.
Yes, I've heard about Sandra.
Wonderful. Please heed the warnings I and everyone else will give about her. She is one crazy animal. I'm surprised I still allow her in the organization after what she did to that family of geese out by the lake because she thought they were laughing at her. Although I'm pretty sure they were, because everyone laughs at Sandra when they first see her. You should probably bite your cheek to refrain yourself, because if she catches another female laughing at her, the punishment is much more severe.
I won't be laughing at anyone. I might not even be working that day.
You are quite the comedian, but you need this job to support yourself. And not only that, you must be the one who works here, because we've already spent so much time giving you warnings that it would be a waste of breath to go over all of them again with someone new. But that brings me to my next point of discussion. Sandra on Valentine's Day. As you know, Valentine's Day is the day of love. Well, here in hell, as we like to say it, is the day where Sandra wreaks the most havoc possible. It's because nobody loves Sandra except for, Sandra herself. She is taking it upon herself to ban everything concerning Valentine's Day. If anyone even wears pink in the house, she starts acting like a maniac and starts throwing up on everyone, like Linda Blair from The Exorcist. It makes Breast Cancer Awareness Month very awkward.
Okay, well, I might need to talk to him about not bringing Sandra, because I hear complaints about her as well as his grandmother.
First off, Granny is very well behaved, as long as nobody mentions Vlad the Impaler, because that was her first boyfriend, and they had a very nasty breakup because he tried driving a stake through her heart. They broke up 10 years later. But also, there's no way in hell Sandra won't accompany the group, because even if she is banned and we tie her up to the house, like I usually do, using only the finest barbed wire, she will gnaw her way through. It doesn't matter how many spikes go through her mouth, she will keep going, and she will run until she gets here, and she will only get more mad that she was not invited.
Okay, well, is there anything else I can help you with?
Yes, I wanted to tell you that when Sandra arrives, it would be in your best interest to hide under the desk, because, as I said, when she sees women, it drives her up a wall, because she sees all of you, as well as chipmunks, for some reason, as competition. Granny will really get it the worst, because, like myself, all the men in the house are head and heels over love with her. And that drives Sandra absolutely insane. Last time we went out to dinner, Granny seductively asked Jimmy to pass her the breadsticks, and when she started licking one, Sandra jumped out of her chair and assaulted her. They rolled onto the ground, and Sandra started kissing her. It doesn't make any sense, but sometimes when Sandra gets to her worst level of anger, she becomes horny.
Is there a point to this story?
Yes, I already told you. It would be wise of you to hide underneath the desk, because the last thing you want to do is get in the way of the inevitable brawl that's going to happen between Sandra and Jimmy's soon-to-be fiancé.
If I can help it, I won't even be working that day.
you must be working that day. But if you can give us directions via a walkie-talkie or like email or something like that, it would be very much preferred for your safety. Now, we are all going to be exchanging gifts on Valentine's Day. I make cookies with Hershey Kisses in the middle, except it's not chocolate. It's, well, I'm not going to tell you what it is because, you might be a germaphobe, and if you are, I would probably recommend you do not partake. We also make homemade cards during our arts and crafts class. Just another piece of advice. If you receive any cards from any of the mental patients, please do yourself a favor and do not open them, because everyone, myself, Jimmy, Granny, and Sandra included, write very obscene messages to one another that even hardcore porn directors would blush at.
Okay, well, I have a group coming in. Would you be able to call back another day? Preferably Tuesday, because I'm not in that day.
Oh, Jimmy!
Oh shit, Sandra's here and she's calling Jimmy, and she's holding a lock of Granny's hair in her clutches, so I'm assuming they got into one of their vicious cat fights. I better start running because she is making the face she usually does when she's about to pounce on top of me and bite my face. We'll see you in 2 weeks, honey.
God.
Oh, God. That was funny. What the hell?
What?
Alright, so our breaking news story of the week is titled, Fish Spends Owner's Money, Reveals Credit Card Info on YouTube Stream. This is like something I would write for a prank call. A Japanese YouTuber created a custom setup to allow his pet fish to play Pokemon on his Nintendo Switch, but a malfunction led to the fish spending money at the eShop and revealing its owner's credit card information on livestream. YouTuber Muti Kamaro, aka Maurice, runs a channel on the video sharing site where where his fish plays various games in the Pokemon franchise. Beta Fish controls the game by swimming to different areas of its tank, which have been outfitted with sensors that simulate pushing the buttons on Maurice's Nintendo Switch. Maurice set up the system to livestream the fish playing Pokemon Violet, the latest entry in the series, but a malfunction during gameplay led to the Nintendo Switch returning to its home screen. From the home screen, the fish's movements caused the Nintendo eShop to open, and the pet spent $4 of its owner's money to buy points. The fish also revealed Maurice's credit card information on the live stream. The fish also managed to download an app to play Nintendo 64 games, spent reward currency on a new avatar, requested a confirmation email from PayPal, and changed Maurice's account's name from Muti Kimaru to Rawawawa in all caps. The fish was finally able to power off the Switch console before Maurice discovered what had been happening on the live stream. Maurice said he reached out to Nintendo to explain the unusual incident, and the company refunded the money spent by the aquatic gamer. I wouldn't have refunded him.
Wow.
I would have been like, you shouldn't have. Why would you do that?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Wow.
Before we jump into our last call, follow, subscribe, share, like, rate, review. Just give us money. I was trying to think of one more. We are on YouTube, Lorenz and Friendz Podcast. We are on Instagram at Lorenz and Friendz Podcast. We are on TikTok. I don't know the name. And we have a link tree in our bio with everything. TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. You can listen to us or watch us on YouTube or Spotify. We're also on Apple Podcasts and Anchor, so make sure that you're tuning in. And next week, I don't know whose guest is going to... I don't know which guest is going to come on next week. I will have to con somebody else into coming. But before we say goodbye for the night, we have one more prank call for you. And we've saved the best for last because Rose is back. Mm-hmm. So you can make coughing noises. When I start to cough, you can cough too. Okay.
Hello, this is Keith.
Keith, this is Rose talking. I believe we spoke on the internet over Craigslist.
I don't remember talking to anyone named Rose, but my listing is still up if you're interested in the piano.
I'm absolutely interested in this fine piano. I used to play back when I was a little girl in the school choir. But my mother, who ruins every piece of my life, made me quit because she didn't like the sound of me practicing in our house. She said I was terrible, untalented, and needed to get a realistic hobby, which is when I took up smoking. And although my body aches every second of the day, I do not regret it. Sorry, Keith. My throat has a mind of its own at this point. It would actually be weird if I didn't cough every minute or so.
Oh, that's okay. So, listen, I have a listing price for $2,500. It originally was only $500 less, but we bought it 30 years ago. So I'm willing to negotiate the price, but I don't want to go much lower.
I'll pay you any amount you want. The cost is not important to me. I just want to get the piano in my house as soon as possible because my mother miraculously is still amongst us. And I want revenge on her because if she hadn't been such a massive bitch, I might be a grand pianist in a world-famous orchestra right now, rather than cough up phlegm every minute of my life. I'm going to play the piano as loud as I can to wake her up every morning until the morning comes where she doesn't wake up.
I can have you come and pick it up whenever you want, or for an extra couple hundred, since you're really willing to spend money. I will put it in the back of my pickup and deliver it to you myself.
Fine. I'll give you an extra 300 if you bring it to my house. And if you're really in a good mood to have some money in your pockets, I'll throw in an extra 200 if you pretend to be my lover. Because Ma has always made fun of me for being single. Well, at least for the last 50 years, because my last relationship ended when I was 20, after I gave birth to the triplets my ex knocked me up with.
I've got nothing to do, I might as well.
God, take me now. I can't take this pain in my throat anymore. It's burning. Sorry, little burn in my throat. What was I saying before I Sonny boy?
We were making dinner arrangements to try and convince your mother that we are together. I'm only 30 though, so we're not going any further than a simple little kiss on the hand.
Oh, Rose. Who are you talking to on the telephone?
Ma, you need to stop scaring me like that. What happened to the bell I placed around your neck?
It was choking me. I liked it. But the bell broke off because he was smoking so many ciggies that it created a heat wave and melted the damn thing right off of me. Now, stop dodging the question, you little harlot, and tell me who you are speaking to, considering I paid the phone bill still after all these years.
You have not only never once picked up a tab, but you've never used the telephone. You still like to communicate via telegraph since that's what your generation grew up on.
Sir, tell me who you are before I punch my daughter into next week.
I'm selling your daughter a piano.
Rose, what is the meaning of this? You know how horrible you are at playing instruments.
Because I've I've lived my entire life with no hobbies except for these cancer sticks that I sometimes eat. I want to learn how to play the piano because maybe someone will finally be attracted to me.
Rose, all the talent in the world cannot spare how ugly you are.
Jesus.
Okay, should I come over to the piano tonight, or did you want it over the weekend? Just let me know what your preference is.
You can bring it to my house any damn time you want, as long as it's before Valentine's Day, because that's when I'm hoping I can get laid.
Not even a corpse would lay next to you.
You better watch that smart mouth, you old hag, because whenever it is you pass away, hopefully sooner rather than later, I will be in charge of what happens to your saggy, crusty body. I might even ask if we can cremate you while you are still alive.
You can try, but not even fire will get rid of me.
Okay, so I'll try and stop by next week. 3K it is.
I thought we agreed on 2,800. The plan where you were going to pretend to be my Valentine is up because Ma was invading on my privacy like she always does.
Because you're making me listen to this conversation, I've tacked the $200 back on.
You've got to give me something in exchange for this extra money. Otherwise, I will report you to the Craigslist police.
I have an idea.
Okay, fine, but nothing too outrageous. And I'm gonna need your address at some point and partial payment before I make that drive.
I have an idea.
You will get the full payment before you depart, so long as we etch out all the details of this transaction.
Okay, what would you like?
I have an idea.
Ma, you've said that 3 times! Spit it out or shut the fuck up!
For the extra money, we would like to slim the piano lid down on your fingers.
Excuse me?
Ma, that's a wonderful idea. Sometimes you really strike gold.
Just because I'm smart doesn't mean we are friends. I work alone, you wretched little girl.
I definitely don't want my fingers crossed.
It actually doesn't hurt as badly as you think.
Yes, it does.
Ma, stop! You have broken every single one of my phalanges with the old piano I used to play, as well as my toe bones when I tried playing with my feet after you broke my fingers.
I'm gonna need extra grand for anything painful.
Give it to him. I want to see this man cry.
Ma, if you want that, you go out and get that job at the supermarket like we discussed last week.
The only other job I will ever accept is on the shoulder of the devil.
You are the devil, so that makes no sense.
Well, you're still ugly, so it doesn't matter what you think.
That was fun.
Yeah.
And
oh god.
oh my god. Like I said, you'll see her on a lot more. But Luca, thank you for coming on the program again.
Thank you.
And we are very excited for next week, where we will have a mystery guest. AKA, whenever I say mystery guest, it means I haven't booked anybody yet, which is not good.
That's funny.
But once again, thank you for joining us, Luca.
Okay.
And we will see you next week. Let's end the shit.